Hello everyone and welcome back to English with Lucy. Today we're going to talk about business English pronunciation. I'm going to start off by talking to you about 10 commonly mispronounced business words. Then I'll talk to you about the simple trick you can use to find out how to pronounce any word. We will also discuss which accent you should use for business English, the British accent or the American accent. And finally, I will give you 5 tips for improving your pronunciation in general. Let's get started. The first commonly mispronounced business word is data. Data. Note that in American English, they say data, so the vowel sound is different. This means facts or information, especially when examined and used to find things out or to make decisions. For example, the data was collected from 3 countries. Number 2 is prerogative. Prerogative. This is a right or advantage belonging to a particular person or group because of their importance or social position. For example, in many countries, education is still the prerogative of the rich. Number 3, liable. Liable. This means legally responsible for paying the cost of something. For example, you'll be liable for any damage caused. Number 4 is prestigious. Prestigious. This means respected and admired as very important or of very high quality. For example, a prestigious award or a prestigious university. Number 5 is often. Often. You may also hear it pronounced as often. Often. But this is less common and less accepted. Often means many times. For example, I often arrive to work early. Number 6 is remuneration. Remuneration. You will hear so many native speakers get this wrong and call this remuneration, but it should be remuneration. This means an amount of money that someone is paid for the work that they've done. For example, generous remuneration packages are offered in this position. Number 7, respite. Respite. Sometimes in the US, you will hear this pronounced respite. Respite. This is a short break or escape from something difficult or unpleasant. For example, there will be no respite from this project. Number 8 is espresso. Espresso. Commonly mispronounced, people say espresso. Well, that's wrong. An espresso, you probably know what it is, but it's a strong black coffee made by forcing steam or boiling water through ground coffee. For example, I'll need 4 espressos to get me through today. Number 9 is frustrate. To frustrate. Be really careful with that first R sound. Frustrate. This means to make somebody feel annoyed or impatient because they can't do or achieve what they want. For example, I'm frustrated about the lack of management here. And the last one, number 10, is pronunciation. Pronunciation. Commonly mispronounced as pronunciation, which is wrong. This is the way in which a language or a particular word or sound is pronounced. For example, her pronunciation of the technical terms was impressive. So those were 10 commonly mispronounced words. Now I'm going to teach you a trick that you can use to find out how to pronounce any word. Something that often causes a lot of anxiety for both native and non-native workers is the pronunciation of technical terms. Mispronouncing something can be so embarrassing. It makes you look like you don't know what you're talking about, when in reality it might just be that you've come across the term many times, but only written down. I have a trick that will show you how to pronounce any technical term in both a British and an American accent at the click of a button. It's the Oxford Learners Dictionary, and it is the best pronunciation tool I've found. For virtually every word, they include the International Phonetic Alphabet transcription for both British pronunciation and American pronunciation, along with their corresponding pronunciation recordings.
Virtually.
Virtually.
It's a tool I've spoken about a lot on my channel because it offers so much to learners of English. And they have loads of other features. They'll show you the collocations, the etymology of a word, that's the origin of a word, and also the full word family for so many words. Honestly, I have tried so many websites and this is the one I always go to. I use it to plan my videos. I love it and I think it's the best. Now I'm going to talk to you about a common question, which is, which accent should I learn? Should I learn the British English accent or the American English accent if I want to go into business? I'm also going to talk to you about whether or not you should get rid of your own accent. A common question that I receive a lot is, which accent should I learn? And it's usually someone deciding between American or British. My answer to this is simple. It does not matter. What matters is clear pronunciation. I've spent time in the offices of many multinational companies like Google and Facebook, and I'm always impressed by the diversity of accents. You should learn the accent that you like best, or the accent that you come across most. I've asked people before if they've spent time in America because they are speaking English with an American accent, and they reply that they just watch a lot of American TV shows. I also get asked by students if they should reduce or get rid of their accent. I would never want anyone to feel ashamed of their accent or under pressure to get rid of it. All that matters is clear pronunciation. Don't reduce your accent, improve your pronunciation. In the next part of the video, I'm going to give you 5 tips for improving your pronunciation. So my first tip for improving your pronunciation is focus on your listening, because listening and speaking go hand in hand. I often advise my students to listen to audiobooks, or even better, listen to audiobooks and read the real book at the same time. Once you know how a word is supposed to sound, as pronounced by a native, you'll be more likely to be able to reproduce that sound yourself. Number 2 is film and record yourself speaking in English. I absolutely love this tip. It's quite hard to bring yourself to do it, but it is so effective. You probably won't realise how many pronunciation mistakes you are making until you hear or see yourself. It can be quite shocking, but it gives you a lot to work on. If you record yourself consistently over a long period of time, you can see how you improve, and that can be really motivating. My third tip is to schedule in time with a native speaker or a professional teacher. They can take a closer look at where you are going wrong and will bring out parts of your speech that you don't even realise aren't correct. Sometimes just 1 hour is enough to completely overhaul your pronunciation. My fourth tip is to watch and study somebody who you would like to sound like. For example, I really admire Stephen Fry and I really enjoy how he speaks. So I try to watch him whenever I can and I take inspiration from him. You should find someone that you like listening to and try and do the same. Number 5, possibly the biggest tip that I'm going to give you, so listen carefully, it's to study and master the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet. If you want to achieve perfect English pronunciation, then you need to master each consonant, each vowel, and each diphthong. You have to know every single one. Okay, different nationalities will find pronouncing different phonemes harder than others, but if you really dedicate yourself to it, there is no reason why you shouldn't master the IPA. After that, you'll be able to read any transcription and know how to pronounce any word, even without the help of the Oxford Learners Dictionary. Now I'm going to test you on what you've learnt from this lesson.
How do you pronounce this word?
Data. Data.
What about this one?
prerogative, prerogative.
How should you pronounce this word?
Liable, liable.
What about this one?
Prestigious, prestigious.
How do you pronounce this one?
Often, often.
What about this one?
Remuneration, remuneration.
And this one?
Respite, respite. Sometimes in the US, you will hear this pronounced respite, respite.
How would you pronounce this one?
Espresso, espresso.
What's the pronunciation for this one?
Frustrate, to frustrate.
And what about this one?
Pronunciation, pronunciation. That was the quiz. How did you do? Make sure you share your scores in the comments section down below. If you missed any, feel free to skip back and watch again. That's it for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learnt something. Don't forget to connect with me on all of my social media. I've got my Facebook, I've got my Instagram, and I've got my Twitter. And I shall see you soon for another lesson. Mwah.